Hello folks, welcome to another edition of American Computer Enthusiasts. I'm Graham Pearson, your host for this evening. I use the term host loosely because we've got a bunch of characters in here who are fresh back from the Comdex 93 show. They've brought a lot of goodies to show us. We've got Patrick Mahoney, Dean Crutchfield, and on my left, Steve Reeves. So stay with us. It's going to be quite an eventful show. Lots to talk about, lots for you guys to call in about. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Stay with us.
Portions of the American Computer Enthusiast Show made possible by Total CAD Systems, your authorized AutoCAD and Autodesk multimedia dealer. For more information on AutoCAD or 3D Studio, call 721-2233.
Some people who start forest fires never even set foot in the forest.
Vince, that new dummy cam is great.
Yeah, it'll sure give people a whole new outlook on what it's like when you don't wear a safety belt.
I think they'll get the picture.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
She is one of America's toughest drug enforcement agents. Last year, she helped convict 90 drug dealers, seize several tons of crack and marijuana, and close down 10 major drug operations. She is a 68-year-old grandmother named Irma. She set up a community drug watch that is not only changing her neighborhood, but its future. There are many ways to help in your community. Call the Points of Light Foundation. Do something good. Feel something real.
Hello folks, welcome back. This is American Computer Enthusiasts, and this evening we're going to be talking about the latest and greatest from Comdex. We've got three local characters here this evening. Some of them might be familiar to you. First of all, let me introduce Patrick Mahoney. Patrick's a local lawyer. Keeps us all on the straight and narrow.
Thank you, Graham.
Welcome back from Comdex.
Thank you. It's been a long time.
Had a good time?
It was great.
See any good shows?
Well, not necessarily the shows on the convention floor, but we saw an awful lot of interesting product. Shows you might classify the multimedia, CD applications, sound and graphics. I brought back a copy of the Multimedia Tour of London. It proves to be both educational and entertaining, and informative.
Well, good.
I was very impressed.
We have a lot of products to talk about. Let me introduce Steve, and then we'll get back to your London multimedia. This is on my left is Steve Reeves. Hi, Steve. Welcome back to the show.
Oh, great.
Have a happy landing.
Yeah, it was a long trip. We walked miles. I had to buy new shoes because I'm glad I did, because I would have never made it without new big puffy shoes and how many miles do we say? 27 miles on aisles or something like that?
Except for the shows.
He had the nerdiest shoes.
I did. I won the nerdiest shoe award.
Well, good.
Yeah.
But they were comfortable. But we walked everywhere. I mean, it was all over convention centers and the hotels, and they have convention centers. And I mean, there's just thousands and thousands of people.
What was the word we kept saying? Mind-boggling.
Mind-boggling.
It was mind-boggling.
All right, and last of all, but not least, my third guest tonight is Dean Crutchfield.
Hey,
hello, Dean.
Good to be on here, Graham.
Yeah, it's good to have you back.
Yeah, thanks.
And,
It was a great show. It was our first experience. Patrick, of course, has been there, so he's the vet. Right. So we were kind of following around with Pat. Yeah. But Steve and I and John and Lydia, this had been our first show. So and I've been to other shows. I've been to PC Expo. I've been over to NetWorld. This 170,000 people. It's hard to explain.
Yeah. I mean, people have been telling me about Comdex for years, and I never dreamed. There's no way to describe. When you go in the main hall and you look just over the step and you look down there, it's just, I mean, how many football fields?
It was a mass of computing humanity.
Right. And the only bad thing about it were so many people. At times you just couldn't even walk.
Yeah.
You would just stand there.
Yeah.
And and people would be walking, they'd see something, they'd just stop, and everybody would slam into each other. But it was pretty cool.
Okay, well, let's talk about a few of the products you guys have brought back with you. We're going to start with multimedia, I guess. And Patrick, why don't you start with your multimedia tour of London?
Well, as I started earlier, I'm excited about multimedia. It is a hot topic. It's being delivered very well, and I think it's going to be received well. We had CD technology come out about 5 years ago, and it's now reached the point that it's very economical and very reasonable for it to be produced for software authors. And we're starting to see some, I think, really great topics. In addition to the London Multimedia Tour,
So what does London Multimedia give you? It's a tour of London, right?
a tour
You
of
sit
London
there
with
and-
movies, QuickTime type of movies, sound, voiceover, and still photos. And maps, of course.
So you can decide after viewing this whether you really want to go to London or not.
I don't think you should phrase it that way. You have to decide how soon you'll go. It's a very inviting tour, very
Right,
exciting.
but this could help somebody who is getting ready to take a trip, for instance.
Certainly, and I'm sure that we'll see other tourist boards of other countries and cities want to do the same. This is going to be a tremendous invitation, if you will, to show your city off without the people not having to travel.
Yeah.
Some of the others, the graphic photos that are available, I was impressed with these two, even though they're small. Both of these only have about 100 images, but they come with a tutorial that allows you to edit and work on them in various graphic packages so that you can incorporate this kind of multimedia into your own applications and into your own presentations. I think we're going to start seeing the CD applications incorporate more multimedia for the end user to start utilizing.
So those are 24-bit color that you can put into, say, like a PowerPoint presentation or a freelance presentation? Yeah, okay.
WordPerfect presentations, that sort.
Let's do this to help Evelyn out. If you're going to talk about a product, why don't you hand it to me, and then I can hold it steady while you guys talk about it, and we can get the camera to focus up on it.
Great.
Okay? What an idea.
Great idea.
Okay.
Let me hand you this one.
You think Evelyn really had that idea, or somebody else had that idea?
It was Evelyn's
okay.
idea.
Well,
yeah.
good for Evelyn.
One thing I just want to say real fast, I know that you were talking about different cities and countries and everything for those CDs.
Yeah.
I know like Blockbuster Video has, videotapes of all those, and I just heard that Blockbuster Video is also going to start renting CDs.
Oh, great.
And they'll probably have those kind of things
Right,
available.
and one thing that Pat pointed out, I think the viewers need to understand is the difference between a video and a CD is going to be the interactivity.
Right.
You know, you sit back and you watch a video, but you can move, you can, select additional information on Big Ben or whatever it is. It really makes it a much more controlled experience from a use standpoint.
Right. But I'm sure all those would be available at places like that.
Right. Okay. What's that?
All right, well, I've been holding
you
this
showing
up for
your
a few
navel?
minutes. I don't know what this is. Somebody
This is
just handed it to me.
computer simulation gram that came out on disc a couple of years ago, and it's now come out on CD-ROM with the addition of a lot of sound wave files and addition of graphic photo images and additional site information, textual information. It allows the publisher of the program, instead of sending you the equivalent of 75 or 100 diskettes to give it to you on CD-ROM. We're starting to see more and more game applications come out on CD-ROM. The speeds on our CD-ROMs now, the double speed and soon the triple speeds, will make using these types of games an effective way to present the material that people are looking for.
Okay, good.
Very, very nice.
What else
Good
have we
looking
got? In the
Multimedia category. I
go
think
here.
Steve has some stuff.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have
yeah.
some fun
Some
stuff.
dandy stuff.
And it kind of is related to what, me.
What's this sucker?
Kids, it's actually a software package called Dandy Dinosaurs. And this was, actually, it's pretty cool. It's designed for kids between 3 and 9, I think is what it is. It comes with a CD, and it's got all kinds of fun, like arts and crafts types things for kids, and to work along with their parents. And it comes with this little dinosaur, too. That's the best part, actually. But what it is, like, for example, there's one thing there, you can make a dinosaur out of an egg crate. An egg crate, yeah. An egg carton. Right. Crate.
Yeah.
An egg carton. And
been a long
it
week.
shows you how to, if we're a little giddy today, it's because we haven't got a whole lot of sleep in the last 4 days. But what this does, it'll actually show you in real-time video and talk along with you and give you the instructions of exactly what you need to do before you start. Like you need an egg crate, egg carton, you need a magic marker, scissors, and when you get to that point, it actually shows you how to make it as you're working along. So when it gets to the scissors parts, it'll say, call your mother or father over here to help you cut this out. And it's actually in cooperations with Better Homes and Gardens. And the CD is actually
Better Homes and Gardens?
the magazine.
Better Home and Garden.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And but the CD will work. The same CD will
One of
work on a
those.
Mac or a PC.
Uh-huh.
So they only have one package. You don't have to have two different packages.
Great.
That's pretty cool. The other thing that's
Dandy Dinosaur.
was
what
pretty
about
hot
these?
there
What about
was,
these?
we all have to put on our 3D
Yeah,
glasses.
check
when we
these
do
out.
this.
Okay, where's
ready?
Patrick's?
All right.
Oh,
So
Patrick,
now,
wanna put it-
it's too bad we can't
Okay.
show this
All right.
product, but a couple of things. One was the Knowledge Adventure people.
Yeah.
They came out with some new products, and the hottest one was 3D Dinosaur Adventure. It's made by Knowledge Adventure, and they had a package out there called Dinosaur Adventure,
Space Adventure.
Space Adventure, Undersea Adventure, Human Body, 3D Human Body Adventure. What's the other one? I can't even think of all that.
For those at
Everything.
home, they can't quite see the 3D that we do in the studio here
Right.
today.
But what happens is, like they have the
Graham's
dinosaurs,
tie's attacking
and you wear these little these 3D glasses, and the dinosaur is actually running at you, and it looks just like it's a three-dimensional dinosaur.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and this is all, again, full motion video,
Right.
the technology of getting...
And interactive.
Right, getting like 30 frames a second or a close proximity of 30 frames a second off of a CD-ROM drive onto a computer screen is what's enabling this technology to work, as Steve points out, that double speed. Now, the absence of triple speed drives, though, nobody seemed to want to talk about triple speed drives.
Right. As a matter of fact, who was it? Was it Sony? Somebody told us, we haven't come out with that because our double speeds are faster than their triple speeds. So it's, who knows what's going on with that.
Huh.
Yeah.
We also got something called Photoshop underneath this category.
I think
Anybody-
we talked about the photos, I think, already, did
Oh,
we
that's what it is.
Yeah, and that's...
It is.
I think Adobe is publishing some stuff on that, too. Corel's doing it. So there's a lot of different clip art now that's very high-quality photo, 24-bit color.
Okay. How are we on multimedia?
Yeah, that's
Thrash
pretty.
that one?
Oh well,
Yeah.
the other big thing that was announced, and was Creative Labs. Their new CD, their sound cards. Everyone that has a
Or the multi-CD.
everyone that has a Sound Blaster now or Sound Blaster 16 knows that the only CD that it works with. Can I take these out?
Go
I'll
ahead.
keep them. It's kind of cool to keep them on.
Really? I'm getting a headache.
Yeah, it kind of makes you kind of queasy. We should have got some of those bags out of the plane. I think.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
But the
Right home.
You had to have their proprietary or Panasonic CDs to hook up to it, or you had to have your own SCSI adapter to hook your CD up to. Well, now they've come out with a multi-CD Sound Blaster board and a SCSI Sound Blaster board, so you can hook up a SCSI CD or
And
a
we also noted
multi-CD.
that the RCA jacks were on the external portable units now. So
Right.
that you could have sound on an external portable through a parallel port.
Right.
Which was a question we had a few weeks ago that people were uncertain about.
Right.
So that technology.
Actually, we actually picked up a bunch of things from questions people had on their
Right,
shows.
from the past, yeah.
There was a guy that called a couple weeks ago that had a question about was it between CDI, CDX, Photo CD. I picked up a couple of books that were there at one of the CD vendors that had every single one of those things answered. So we'll have to.
But we couldn't speak about those tonight.
No, there's too many, there's too many
Because
things
we
to
didn't
talk-
bring the book.
Yeah, I have them over there somewhere.
In addition to
got,
some of the
Patrick?
multimedia that we talked about, the Nautilus CD that has come out as a monthly subscription is published 12 times a year, and it's interactive video.
hand
This
that
is
to
just
Graham?
the packaging. This interactive video, sound, movies, I think a very good idea in light of it being published on a regular basis.
Thank you, Steve.
That was. That's
Doing his Vanna White.
right, my Vanna White impression.
Vanna.
Wonderful.
Great.
All right, how about games? I'm sure you guys got into some games.
Oh, here's some fun ones. Probably
As
the
well
funnest
as-
one. What's the funnest? Is that good English?
Funnest.
The funnest one we
Is
saw.
this one of those we can show?
Yeah.
Yeah, this
well,
is-
yeah.
this is-
Dean
yeah.
and I saw this one. This one was pretty cool. It's a brand new game. I don't think it's officially out.
I think it's getting ready to
just
ship.
ready to
Yeah.
ship. It's called IndyCar. And the way they had it set up was really, really cool. The guy actually had a steering wheel. He was like sitting in a little bathtub type thing. It looked like a race car with no wheels.
Right, right.
And it had a steering wheel. It had a foot.
Right, it looked
peg,
exactly
foot
like
pedal.
it looked like an arcade game setup,
Right.
but an affordable situation. $150 for the
Steering wheel.
for the steering wheel, the shifter, the clutch, the brake pedal, and the accelerator, all hooked into your PC. And you sit in front of the PC, and you become Mario Andretti, and they had licensed all the cars,
Right.
the characters, the raceways, everything. It
was
was
pretty cool.
It was real
Actually,
neat.
this should have been my pick. I think that was pretty cool.
I think you were a little premature in talking about that.
All right,
well,
I'm
we're
sorry.
talking about games. What else have you got, Steve?
The other one
Speaking of
was
the games. hero that you are.
This is a great. I thought this was a great game too. The
Okay.
Lawnmower Man.
What? I didn't see that one.
It was great. The graphics on that was unbelievable. You know, and it's about just like the movie, The Lawnmower Man, but all the virtual reality type images and things. That was pretty cool.
Looks pretty gruesome to me.
They had two huge buildings, all multimedia. So there were a lot of things to look at.
Yeah. Not exactly on the same topic, but for 4 lucky callers or unlucky callers, we have 4 copies of the McAfee Associate software for safe computing. Sounds
Right.
very green, doesn't it?
Yes.
Anyway, we have
Another big
four of
trend.
these packages to give away, so should try to encourage you
Right,
to
which
call in.
includes the diskette too, as well. This is-
Oh, yes, of course. You have to have
Don't forget the
and
diskette.
book,
Yeah, right.
We have Richard on line 1. Does anybody want to talk with
Oh,
Richard
sure.
on
Let's
line
talk
1?
to
Okay.
Richard.
Can
Yeah.
we talk with Richard?
Yeah.
Your three-dimensional phone there.
Yeah. Richard, you're on the show. What's your question, please?
Hi, this is Richard Boudet with Archimage. How you doing, guys?
Hey, Richard.
Yeah, we saw some of your stuff there.
Yeah, people were showing off some of your graphics on some of the high-speed machines.
We were at the Seagate booth, and they were showing your graphics on how fast things really worked in animation.
Well, I wanted to get there, but I was in Chicago instead at a ophthalmology convention, believe it or not.
Okay.
Sorry?
I'm probably going to need one of those by the end of this show.
You might want to take that off.
Well, actually, no,
Not
leave it
designed
on.
for
We did
long-term
the
wear.
most of the stereographics and all the 3D imagery for the Dinosaur Adventure 3D package.
Oh, great.
And I'm calling you to find out more about what you thought of it. I haven't seen the shipping version yet.
Oh, it was great. It was
That was crowded. That
there were
booth was
so many
crowded.
people in that booth. It was one of the most crowded booths at Comdex. People just all the way around. Everybody's wearing these green glasses, standing around the booth. It was pretty.
Yeah, Richard, was this the result of your contact with Rod Turner that we talked about?
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
Wow, great. That
Well,
worked out
thank you very
wonderful.
much.
Yeah, good.
Well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I haven't had a chance to talk to Bill Gross about it yet, but you're the first person who's told me that it went over well. So
Yeah, it was great.
great.
That booth was packed.
It was
That booth
my
was
pick
packed.
of the show. Hot pick of the show.
Well,
Yeah.
great. Well, thank you very much.
Okay,
All
Richard.
right, well, thanks for calling in, Richard.
Thanks for calling.
Thanks.
That's great. We introduced Richard to Rod Turner
Right.
on the other show, and they started working together, and now they've got a product. That's great.
This was another thing with the games
Oh,
was
yeah.
a lot of I saw a lot of new input device, mice, a lot of different mice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Joysticks, these kind of things, to hook up to all these wild games and new flight simulators and everything else. There were in the multimedia part of it. There were a lot of these people there.
Graham, I have to say my favorite pick on them was not any products that were shipping yet, but the virtual reality helmets.
Oh, yeah.
I
That's
found
good.
3 companies with a display, and I wanted to buy one of each. None were for sale yet, but when they come out, I will buy them.
Who was it? Logitech had one, right?
Yeah.
Who were the others? Was it MediaVision that had one?
They may have, I don't
Well, they had
remember.
one in the Knowledge Adventure.
In the Knowledge
booth.
Adventure
Yeah.
booth, but I don't think it was Knowledge
No, I think they
Adventures.
were just showing how it worked.
Yeah.
But the virtual reality helmets are very lightweight, and I thought very effective, stereo sound, and a very true-to-life feeling.
Did you have any idea on how much they would cost?
They didn't have any pricing, although short of being at $10,000, I'd like to have one. Riding the roller coaster in a virtual reality helmet is a thrill.
Yeah, I bet. Great.
All right.
Okay. Any more games while we're on games?
I think that's pretty much it.
That
Yeah?
pretty much games us out. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of stuff there. I think we just kind of covered a few of the ones that maybe
Some of
stood
the
out.
fun stuff that we
Yeah,
saw.
Yeah.
Well, shall we try to tackle some of the more serious topics?
Oh,
All right.
sure.
You know, we've got
Guys,
hardware bundles.
You
and-
wet blanket, you.
Yeah, well, no. If you have any more games, let me know. I'll see
No,
what game
that's
as long
about
as-
it. I think that's
Oh,
it.
wait,
right.
wait, what? One
Oh,
time.
yeah,
Well,
karaoke.
Here, take
Karaoke.
this. This was hilarious.
This
you
is-
need to take a break, or?
Yeah, we need to take a break. How soon, James? Immediately?
Okay. All right,
Oh,
we'll
well,
talk about this when we come
We're
back.
going to take a break, folks, but stay with us. This is a crazy show. We're talking about Comdex 93. We've got 3 characters here, fresh back from Comdex. You'll probably hear it first on this show, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
Shamu.
And the Texas tuxedos.
Shamu.
We go everywhere he goes. Can help us make a great big splash if we all get rid of roadside trash.
Shamu.
And to all this message reaches.
Shamu.
Don't forget about our beaches. Can lend a hand or fin. Come on, let's all pitch in.
Yeah.
Don't mess with Texas.
Shamu.
Here's one time it doesn't matter who your neighbor is. Here's the other. Life's too short. Stop the hate.
If you can't use force to stop a friend from drinking and driving,
Hop in.
use your wits.
This is your car.
Yeah.
My brother had the same car. He never let me drive it, though.
No?
So you must have had me in mind when you bought this. Wait till he hears you've got the same one, and you let me drive it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Take the keys, call a cab, take a stand. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
Hey folks, welcome back to American Computer Enthusiasts. I'm Graham Pearson, your host for this evening. Start off with something truly tacky from Comdex 93, is this photo frame that you can put around your CRT and put all your favorite family members or family pets in it. This is what it looks like around your CRT. That's really tacky. Does this?
I didn't bring this.
Look
back.
at that one's
Patrick
even got wallpaper around it. I mean, that's truly tacky.
Who has wallpaper in the computer room?
Patrick brought this back, not me. I didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, well.
Patrick.
So is this a goer? See how
no,
far you can
wait a
throw
minute.
that.
Patrick might want to keep that.
Oh,
That's
okay.
nice.
He does
yeah,
have family
all right.
members that he might
Well,
want to put around.
let's talk about miniaturization. I guess that's something that's
Okay.
really kicking in, right?
Yeah, I think one of the things that we saw a lot of, I mean, we had seen quite a bit of the PC MCIA cards, which I'll hand you this, Graham.
Oh, thank you.
That is a Type 2 adapter, the little PC MCI. That is an Ethernet adapter from Zircom. These things have gotten just incredibly powerful and very inexpensive. That Ethernet adapter also comes in a wireless version that Steve and I saw at the show. We saw video capture boards that were PC MCIA. I mean, very sophisticated technologies. And then, Steve, you've got a couple of cards, too. Hand those to Graham. What is that? That's the flash card.
Memory flash card.
Actually, just to put it in perspective. We'll
Yeah, there you go.
Hold up the official gum of American Computer Enthusiasts.
Right, and that's what, coming in a 4 megabyte version, a 16, an 8
Turn it sideways
megabyte.
so you can see how thin it is.
Yeah.
See what it is. It slides right into the side of a computer.
Right, and
Slot.
these are becoming very popular in most of the portable technologies, all the way
Slides
from
right
the
into
Palm
the-
tops, the sub notebooks, and then the notebooks are
And
all
the
including
PDAs.
one or two. Yeah, the personal digital assistants. And we had a good opportunity to talk to Seagate in some depth about these cards. And it is really, even for desktop units now, they have the adapter bays where you can stick these guys right in, 500 megabyte drives, or you need more RAM, just PCMCIA here.
Well, like what they were saying, I mean, they had them there that actually, just like you said, a 3.5-inch disk drive. Instead of where the slot is where the 3.5-inch disk drive is, you have this, and you just stick it right in the front of the computer.
Right, and then what's that? That's the
Here's
HP.
the other one. Here's the other one.
Oh, yeah, this is the
I'll take-
PCMCIA.
All right.
Right,
Yes.
and that's the modem.
Uh-huh.
And just press that little thing
Yeah.
on the side.
Well,
Press it
here we
out,
are.
push it out there. There we go.
And this is where you stick your phone.
Right, that's where it plugs into the phone. And that is a fax modem. What was the other one? The other one was a wireless fax modem.
Right,
we
they
saw-
had the thing like you have there. It was a fax modem network card.
Of course, it's this end that goes into the computer.
Correct.
So
Yeah,
you
I think it's a
slot it
48
in.
And that's a
connector.
14.4. I mean, that is pretty little.
Yeah, it is, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Just
And then
amazing.
there's a little.
This is a little disk drive.
That's going in the palm tops. That's
Like-
the HP.
Like the
disk
HP
drive.
95LX and the HP 100LX.
Uh-huh. You see the
Look at how
connector
little
strip
those.
here.
But
And the chips on the back.
And I think, we talk about PCMCIA, but also another big item was...
Little item.
Little item. But something where we're seeing the miniaturization really working well is in the larger drives as well. We saw 3.5-inch drives, 4.1 gigabyte, 3.5-inch platter drives. And then Seagate also had, Steve and I saw, a 9.1 gigabyte drive in the $3,400 range, less than 50 cents a megabyte. And it had 14 5.25-inch platters. But it was compact. It was incredible.
Unbelievable. Mind-boggling.
Yeah, mind-boggling is a good
The
term.
wildest thing about the 4.1 gigabyte was it was 8 milliseconds.
8 millisecond access time.
Yeah.
Fast.
Very fast. They
Little
called them
3.5
Barracuda drives.
Yeah. Now, I don't. Did they say those were officially? I don't think they were officially out.
Oh,
were they?
was I not supposed to say that? Are they going to have to kill me now?
Yeah, they couldn't show us certain things. They said, we'd be glad to tell you, but you can't leave.
You'd have to shoot. We'd have to kill you.
We'd have to kill you.
All right.
We got some callers. Do you want
Okay,
to take
sure.
a call or two? We got Michael on line 2. Let's go to line 2 and Michael. Hello, Michael. You're on the show. What's your question, please?
I'd like to know if anyone saw demonstrated Windows 4.0.
Windows 4.0.
I didn't see it
I
there.
didn't see
I
it.
didn't see it at all.
No.
I would have heard about it, I'm sure. We would have heard about it. I did not see or hear about it.
No.
A number of the developers talked about their applications being prepared now for Windows 4.0, but none were able to show it on a machine.
Right.
I'll tell you one thing that in the operating environment and shell environment, everybody was talking about ports to PowerPC. PowerPC got a lot of play at this conference,
Right.
and I think that a lot of people now are looking at NT on PowerPC and stuff. So I think Intel was feeling a lot of heat at this show.
Right. Also with Cyrix and
Right.
and AMD was there, and everyone was there.
So all the knockoff chips were there, and then Motorola introducing their new platform with Apple. And of course, Windows NT had announced that they're going to support PowerPC.
Speaking of Cyrix.
Speaking of Cyrix,
here, let's just
knockoff
take this
clone.
guy out and give it over to Graham. We'll give it up. Here it is. Here's
Yeah,
the upgrade chip.
Yep.
Yep.
It's got a few bent legs here.
Well, that's why we have it.
It had a rough ride
That's
home.
why they gave
That's
it to
right.
us. 'Cause it has-
Steve had it in his pocket for a while. I think he might have sat on it.
I had it
there.
plugged in. I upgraded my brain from a
the-
386 to a
Now,
486.
that is a
pin here.
plug
Plug
upgrade.
compatible 486.
That's right. You've got a
Right.
386 PC right now running at 20 megahertz. Just pop it right up to a 40 megahertz 486.
Correct.
Yeah.
Just by
DLC.
replacing the chip.
Yeah.
DX, yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
That
it'll
was an
utilize the the math coprocessor and everything else.
right. Okay.
Okay.
What else? What's next?
What's next?
You've still, I think you have
We've
Michael
still got
Oh,
Michael
sorry.
on line.
So,
Mike,
yeah.
Oh,
All right.
Michael on line 2. Is that all you have, Michael?
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
calling.
no Windows 4.0.
No, I didn't see any Windows 4.0. There was everything else. They had Windows for Workgroup 3.11, everything else, and Windows NT, but they didn't really show. We're just talking amongst ourselves.
Don't you worry about this at home.
The floor director is trying to tell me it is in beta.
Is it?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We
Thank
have,
you, James.
I mean, that floor director of ours, he's on
Oh,
top
man,
of it,
he-
isn't
he
he?
just-
They didn't
I just
show
can't say
much
enough good things about
pre-release
him.
stuff, not much pre-release stuff.
He's in beta.
He's in beta. Yeah, he's in beta.
We're all in beta.
Okay.
Well, we've got somebody on line 3. Mike again.
Another Mike.
Must be another Mike.
Either that or we pressed the wrong button.
Yeah. Let's try him at line 3. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, Mike. You're on the show.
Great. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Great.
Oh,
We're
great.
great. We're great.
This is back to the PC question again. Do you guys really, did you get to see it run, and do you think it'd be a viable competitor to Intel, Pentium, that kind of thing? I'm really interested in that. It seems to be a real hot thing right now.
Yeah, who was it that saw the demonstration? They had a PowerPC Macintosh and a 66 megahertz Pentium in the Motorola booth. Of course, this was Motorola's booth now, so you're going to tell who came up on top. But they had like a fractal graphics program running on both of them. And the PowerPC was just refreshing the screen and just killing the Pentium. I mean, it would refresh and repaint the graphic maybe 5-to-1 over the Pentium. I mean, it was quick.
Yes, but was that the same exact program? Was it emulating that environment that the 66 is running in?
I
See,
don't
that's
think
why it's hard to
it
compare
was
apples
in
with
an
apples.
emulation mode. I think it
Apples
was
with
a native mode that it was running in. It was not doing an emulation. So you're right. It is hard to say. And until the programs are recompiled to run in the native PowerPC mode, it's hard to say how. I did talk to IBM, and they claim that it still is about double the speed, even in the emulation mode. but I didn't see anything on there.
It'll definitely be something to look forward to next year, I guess.
Oh yeah,
Right.
it was there was a lot of money being spent on PowerPC promotion.
There was posters, there were trucks driving down the
Yeah.
street with the big billboards. there
Motorola,
were-
Apple, and IBM are really getting behind this in a big way. I think it's got a real good chance to do some damage to Intel.
Well, keep us informed. Thanks, guys.
Okay,
Especially with
thanks.
so many weird things going on with Pentium.
Thanks for calling, Mike.
Yeah.
Okay. How you doing?
Good,
Talk
how are
about
you
some-
doing?
We got lots of phone calls.
Yeah, let's go.
I guess
phones if you want.
everybody
We can pick
everybody
up
wants to win these. What are we talking about?
virus scanning.
Oh yeah, there's McAfee.
And don't forget,
Associates.
there's a disc with it.
Oh, there's a disc with it. Yeah,
A book and a disc.
You might be one of the lucky callers who gets a copy of the McAfee Associates software for safe computing.
Right, Beta wants one.
Yeah.
Oh, the floor director
The
wants
floor
one.
director. There
It's
we are.
Beta.
Anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
With beta
Shall we
breath.
let's go one more call and then we'll we've got Brad on line one. Loosen up,
Bradster.
folks. Okay. Hi, Brad. Thanks for calling in. What's your question, please?
What is Comdex?
Okay. Boy, that's the question of the hour.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? What does it stand for?
It's Computer Dealer Expo. That was the original. Patrick's the veteran. What is Comdex?
Comdex started in 1979 as a computer dealer show. About 7,000 people attended. When I first started attending 9 years ago, there was about 80,000. This year we had 170,000 attendees. Put it in perspective, Las Vegas doesn't have that many hotel rooms, so a lot of us had to double and triple up.
Yeah.
The cabs.
So did you guys get to know each other pretty well?
The
I got
cabs
to
and
know
the buses.
Steve
Dean
a
and
lot
I got-
better. Yeah, we old friends.
They bring cabs, they bring buses in from Los Angeles and California, and the town just goes to a full book and full tilt.
Yeah, it's a trade show, it's a conference, they also have educational
Right.
sessions that go on, but it is probably the premier showcase for people who are in the product side of this industry to make announcements and to show their wares.
Yeah.
Correct.
Meet
It's
other
a very
people.
much an international show. A lot of people
Yeah.
from overseas were there.
Is it the biggest show they have in Las Vegas?
It is the largest
large.
trade show in the world.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. It was mind-boggling.
It was mind-boggling.
How many booths? 2,000? Over 2,000 booths.
2,300 booths this year.
And we would get lost because Microsoft had several booths, and the exit. Oh, it's by the Microsoft booth. And we'd be by a Microsoft booth, going, nuh-uh. You know, you almost needed a compass.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for calling, Brad.
Thank you.
Good question.
Here we are
Okay.
just talking about
What should we talk about now? We've got bundles to do. We got
Yeah, bundles
hardware.
were big. Lotus, Office.
Lots of big bundles.
Yeah, everybody's getting together on the bundles. I mean, remember when you had an integrated product, it was Garbo because there was always compromises. There was Lotus Symphony, and nobody that
was
waned,
Framework.
waned. Well, the bundles are getting popular again. Lotus Office pushing with the Me Pro, Freelance, 123.
Big announcement by
Organizer.
WordPerfect and Borland on their Office program.
Right, they're working together now, and then Microsoft is the other camp with WordPerfect.
Microsoft has a big upgrade for their Office 4.0, standard and professional.
And WordPerfect announced something called Main Street at the convention, which is kind of their lower end product geared towards the home and towards small business.
And towards people who are just interested in some entertainment software. It surprised me. They have a karaoke program.
Kids
They've got
karaoke.
A drawing
Right.
programs.
So that term middleware might apply here, right?
Yes.
Oh, kid karaoke. There we are.
Coming soon.
Yeah,
Coming
you
soon to a
could you could
computer near
karaoke on for a long time about that
Wallaby
one.
Jack.
Wallaby Jack. Time
Yeah.
you wallaby down. Jack.
Right.
They also have an express fax.
Wow. You expressed that so well.
What else they have? Letter
Well,
Perfect.
if it works. Here's a letter perfect. Works
Clip
for you.
art.
Clip art.
Yes. Imagine that.
And they also
Yeah,
have a
man.
PIM coming out,
Ooh,
Personal Information Manager. And the nicest thing about all these packages
Is they work.
Is they work. Is they're for the Macintosh, DOS, and Windows. They all three platforms.
Yeah. Yeah. WordPerfect. They had a large booth. They were pushing a lot of flesh.
They had a good party, too.
Yeah, they did. They
Lots
sure
of
did.
good food.
Okay.
Did you guys ever buy a meal while you were out there?
Yeah, we sure did.
Here's a picture of us.
Yeah. Now you got to get this in perspective. Steve and I are both very upset with Patrick about this picture because, unbeknownst to most of the viewers at home, there could have been the UNLV cheerleaders surrounding us in this picture. However, However, Patrick had to go one more time up to the buffet.
And get this big old chili hot dog.
Chili hot dog with onions on it. And what happened is he cleared out the UNLV cheerleaders. They couldn't stay for the picture, and we were like next in line and last, and that was it. And so, you know, we haven't been on talking
by the way,
terms with Patrick
that's some
since.
guy we just met.
Yeah, who's the guy on the far right? Walter.
Walters.
Yeah.
Well, with
He's
Walter.
the director of computing at Southeast Campus for Houston Community College.
Oh, yeah?
Right, right. So anyway, that was fun, though. That was a good party.
Well,
That
tell
was
you
the
what,
U.S. robotics
Hey,
party.
guys, we're going to take a break.
Oh,
So
come on.
Talk amongst yourselves, and we'll, we'll take a break. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.
He protects all living things in the forest. But he can't do it alone. Please don't play with matches. Put out your campfires. And never ever forget the words of Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
There are countries where bread is scarce, but this is America. Countries where electricity is rare, but this is America. Countries where infant mortality is a problem, but this is America. Here, it's a crisis. Every 13 minutes, another infant dies. But we can help prevent many of those deaths with prenatal care from programs like Healthy Start. Find out what you can do. Why? Because this is America.
Remember how good it felt the first time you gave 5? Well, now there's another way to give 5. Set a goal to give more, 5 hours a week and 5% of your income to the causes you care about. It'll make you feel like a winner every day of your life. So give more. Give 5.
Hey, folks, welcome back to the show. I was going to make some announcement. That's what I was going to tell you. Remember that next week is Thanksgiving, and so we won't be having a show next week, but on the 2nd of December, we've got a show on PDAs, Personal Digital Assistants. Digital Carlos will be your host, so tune in and learn all about PDAs. I'm not sure what's happening on the 9th of December, but on the 16th, 9, 7, 16, 16th
Christmas.
is the Christmas show, so tune in and you'll see all these guys dressed up as Santa Claus.
Software show's the week before.
Is it? On the 9th?
The holiday software
Okay.
show. And then the next week is the holiday hardware show.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So that's the 9th and the 16th,
Right.
huh?
I think.
Okay. Let's talk about some hardware. Must
Hardware.
have seen some hardware. Here's one. Patrick handed me this. This is, let's talk about recordable CDs.
This is a recordable CD format that you can record 650 megabytes of storage, the same type that you're buying at the stores today. Interesting that when you buy this type of unit, the basic media, the unrecorded media, is about $40 per CD. If you have a lot of material to record or a lot of CDs you want to press, it's much cheaper to go to a service bureau.
Yeah.
If you only have a few, this is a fairly reasonable way to handle it. This is the only CD recorder that I found at Comdex that you can take and play in read-only CD drives. The very inexpensive ones that we see advertised can handle and read this type. The other recordable or read-writable or worm CDs were not usable in the very inexpensive CDs.
Okay.
So what are we dying for
What
now?
else have we got?
What are we dying for now?
Well, we've got these subliminal printers.
You got
Let's
the
talk about
subliminal.
these.
Yeah.
Let Steve talk about those. I think he
Yeah.
took a peek at those.
All right, what these are color printers, dye sublimation, and what these are, it's amazing. 24, I mean, they're
$12.95.
12, I don't know where I came with 24. 2 times, I guess. I looked at 2 of them.
Yeah.
They're $1,245, and it has drivers for Windows. So if any program you have that works in Windows will work. So any kind of
guess
Right,
this
and
is
that's
a lady who-
that's
that's an
example of the
actual output there.
Yeah?
It is. I mean, it looks like a photograph.
A young
It is
lady who's
crisp
been
and clean.
put through the rollers.
With no caffeine.
Right.
Right.
There hasn't been a lot of real major breakthroughs in printers.
Right.
But, this technology has been around, but it has not been affordable technology, and what's happening is the price points are now getting to be close.
Several years ago, a printer that produced that quality, Graham, was a $10,000 item. And now we're talking $1,200. This is affordable and usable by most companies and small businesses. And
it'll also work with the Macintosh and Amiga. What did I say? Yeah, Amiga interface. It has those interfaces, and it's 203 dots per inch. But you'd never know by looking at this. I can't imagine it being much cleaner than
They
that.
must use a lot of dithering when they're doing that, don't they?
Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Something there.
Dithering and dying.
Yeah. Pretty good picture.
Yeah.
Okay, what else have we got? We've got Joe on line too. Should we talk with Joe?
Let's talk to Joe.
Hey, Joe, thanks for calling. What's your question? Joe? Yo? Yo, Joe? Is Joe on line 2? Well, we'll go to Paul on line 3. Maybe we'll catch up with Joe later. Hello, Paul. You're on the air.
Hello.
Hey, hi, Paul. Thanks for staying with
Joe.
us. You're Joe?
No, I'm Paul.
Oh, good.
Graham's not been to Comdex yet.
And I'm Graham.
I want to come down there and drink with you guys.
Yeah. Actually, we haven't started yet. You can imagine what we're going to be like after the show. What's your question, Paul?
I tuned in a little late. You may have already dealt with it. I'm wanting to find out if you've got any news about what they're doing with the heat from the Pentium chip and its new competitors from Motorola. And are we going to be able to see those on the personal desktop PCs, like for desktop publishing, anytime within the next year?
Well, we did talk about it earlier, so tough.
No, that's fine. I mean, yeah, we did talk about it. I think, in the Macintosh arena, the PowerPC was it shipping, or were they just showing a demo copy?
Just showing demos.
Just showing
that's what
demos.
I thought. Yeah, okay. And the Pentium we saw just a few.
Right, there
we
were
thought
many
we'd
at all.
see a lot more, but we didn't see many.
I think John said he saw one in the Everex booth.
Yeah, the floor director is saying they're in beta test.
The Pentium chip has spawned a new industry, and that's cooling fans.
Right.
Yeah.
They were everywhere.
And that is the major problem. And that's why I think the PowerPC is going like gangbusters in it, because theirs is supposed to be real cool, and they're using that to their advantage
Scalar
right
technology, it's much cooler, and it's also supposed to be a lower power requirement. Yeah, which green PCs was the big thing. Everybody's trying to get into the government regulation to keep their ISO certifications and other things to have low
A lot of green
power.
monitors.
Green monitors, green disk drives.
We even saw
And
green
the
PC
environmental
painted green.
industry has made the computer industry very aware through this law. So.
Well, they even said, even these are claiming the flash cards and things are really green environment, because they use less power.
Right.
So it's
low power consumption is the big buzz.
Right.
But the
Well,
power.
we'll deal with it then. I've got a 48633 back in a small corner that makes me run an air conditioner on days like today occasionally.
Yeah.
I don't want any more heat than that if I can get away from it.
Right.
So as my question is, are we going to be upgrading those things anytime soon? And you did a good job of answering. Thanks for having the show.
Okay.
All right, well, thanks for calling,
Thank you.
Paul. And thanks for not being Joe. Where's Joe? That'll be the question for the show, right?
Joe's on 2.
Oh, Joe's on 2. He's back on 2. Let's see if he's really there. No, he's not there.
No.
Okay, we did miss, when we were talking about games, we missed some of these. Let's talk about these. These are pretty interesting. These are games that you can play with other people across your modem. This is a Star Cruiser game.
MPG Net was the name of the company.
MGP Net.
Yeah, here it is. I thought I
Empire
lost it.
Builder. That sounds a little
It's
scary, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's one of those political office games.
Yeah? Oh. Really? Yeah. I must play it.
I thought Dakar was the office political
What's Dakar when it's all
Backstabber.
But it stands for Multiplayer Games Network. It works like there's one that's out there. It's called Sierra Network.
Operation Market Garden. This is for all the green-thumbed people.
But the graphics on this are far superior to the Sierra Network. I mean, night and day.
Yeah. So you dial in with your modem and you play against
and you
people
play other
across
people
the
all
country.
across the country. And they're also faster too. I think
So
I know.
these sponsored by AT&T or?
I think they're just by themselves.
They're headquartered in New York.
Yeah.
I sat for about 30 minutes yesterday playing one and had just a real good time. A lot of fun.
Probably AT&T are probably really happy.
Well,
about
AT&T
this.
bought into Sierra, I believe. I think they're a minority partner now with Sierra.
Who?
AT&T.
Right. It's called Imaginet.
Yeah.
Imaginet.
Right.
Imaginet. Imagine something like that.
Yeah.
Imagination. That's what it is.
Uh-huh.
I knew I'd get it. I'm gonna look at this.
It's mind-boggling.
I'm gonna look at this tape tomorrow. And I'm gonna say, why was?
We got, let's pull in
This is
Don
what the
on
viewers
line
are saying
one.
now. Right.
Hello, Don, join the party.
can't even
Don on
talk.
one.
Yeah,
Hey.
hi. Were you able to see anything new? You showed the PCM CIA cards, but did you see anything new in notebooks? You know, like that Vapor notebook from IBM, the 750C. Is that around anywhere? Or the Toshiba T4700? Or maybe a Pentium notebook? Were you able to see anything like that over there?
There were no Pentium
Oh, no
notebooks.
Pentium. I mean, probably like Dean and I were talking about earlier about how IBM, had a pretty big presence at this. I mean,
The ThinkPad was...
ThinkPad was everywhere.
Right.
They
but
had women handing out things, guys hanging out roller skates, handing out
Yeah,
brochures.
it's a multimedia PC,
Right.
it's a business PC, it's... Who knows what it is?
But you can't get it anywhere.
Right, it is in short
they're
supply.
showing it
What
everywhere.
about the Gateway? Gateway had the 486, the 2.9 pound 486, 120 meg hard drive, 2 PCMCIA slots. I mean, that 2.9 pound,
Right.
that was pretty good.
VGA, built-in mouse, Windows, DOS, ready to go.
Yeah, but did you hang out in the Toshiba booth? Did you see any of the stuff?
Just passing through.
Yeah, the personal digital assistants. AT&T had EO that they were showing off quite a bit.
I was impressed with the EO. I
yeah.
thought it really surpassed
It's
the
pricey, but
the Newton. But you're right, pricey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very impressive to send and receive faxes, to have your own phone built in, to have your own calendar that can be updated from your office, that can reach out and get your own MCI mail. It was impressive, but pricey.
Right, and I didn't really spend much time on the handwriting recognition side of things.
Right.
But
Yeah,
they
Sharp
were-
had two
those were
things. We were in
around.
the Sharp
Yeah.
booth. They had the regular, their pad, the little thing looks like a Newton, but they also have the thing called the Expert pad, which is a little bit bigger. Because
Right.
a lot of, bigger. But it was a pad about this big, and it had the pen recognition thing, not just the little one.
Yeah.
But there was a big trend in cellular technology with the personal digital assistants. A lot of cellular modems. You know, Motorola had cellular modems they were showing off as
Right.
well. So
They did say there were 30,000 people. They had all the lines.
yeah.
30,000 cellular phones at Comdex.
In addition to the traffic jam created by all the cabs and buses, the cellular phone traffic apparently locked up Las Vegas. all week
cellular
long.
Sprint, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
IBM was, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Did we answer your question?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Okay, well, thanks for calling.
thanks.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
IBM was mentioned. Let's do this briefly. We've got OS2 for Windows here. Now, there's a product.
Yeah.
We've yet to
Whoever
quite figure
would have
out
imagined.
what's going on with this.
It had something. It has
Is this to
something
sell
obvious.
OS2 or Windows?
I think it's OS2. But you know, IBM and Microsoft's licensing agreement has run out, and IBM needed to respond. Obviously, Windows is a big part of the marketplace, and so voila, they come up with their own code, and we have OS2 for Windows now.
Right.
The suggested retail price on OS2 for Windows is going to be $49. It's almost in the giveaway price stage.
Yeah.
And it comes only in CD, though.
Yeah.
I don't think it comes in a magnetic format.
No, it does.
Does it?
Yeah, this one is CD formatted.
Yeah. It's not exactly going to get IBM rich, is it?
No. Let's just say
I'm
billions.
not sure
of
what the
them.
strategy is
Well,
there.
you know, I'd imagine it cost them at least that much to produce this little box here.
But you know, there's a lot of people who prefer that operating environment to Windows, and I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
it's going to take hold. But Windows does have a lot of momentum. There's no question.
Okay, how much time have we got left? How are we doing?
Lots
We've
of
got about,
time.
we got time for some more callers. We got
Sure.
Bruce on too. You want to go with Bruce?
All right, let's go see Bruce.
Okay. Hey, Bruce, you're on the air. What's your question, please?
Wanted to get the manufacturer on that recordable CD and that printer.
Oh, the recordable CD, the manufacturer is Pinnacle Micro. They're in Irvine, California. And do you want their number?
Sure, that'd be great.
It's 714-727-3300. 714-727-3300.
What was the formatted capacity?
Oh, I don't know. It's somewhere on there. Give them a call and they'll send you some info. How's that? And what was the other one you wanted? Oh, I know.
The color printer
the
manufacturer.
subliminal printer. This
what-
is Primera.
Does it take PCL5 or
No, it doesn't, unfortunately.
No.
That was my first question.
Right.
It's got a Windows driver, and that's about it for now. But that's made by Fargo, Fargo, And it's 1-800-FARGO-22. So if you want to call them there, have a toll-free number, as opposed to Pinnacle Micro, where you have to pay for it. How's that?
Let's see, what else?
You get any money's worth, aren't you, Bruce?
The PDA, that AT&T. What when you said pricey? What?
The base unit was about $2,800.
How much?
$2,800.
Oh, $2,800.
$2,800. And when you add the cellular telephone, it ran the cost up to about $3,700, $3,800.
Did they have like an artist option?
An artist? What kind of artist would you be
The
speaking?
IBM's wireless
I don't know.
transmission protocol.
I didn't hear anything on that.
I didn't hear what kind of protocol they had.
Yeah, I didn't either.
The additional memory was rather pricey, but you would expect that in a personal assistant of this type.
I got a more computer or general question. I'm having a problem with double-speed CD drive and playing my AVI files, and I get the sound comes perfect, but the video is chopped up.
That's going to be part of your video card.
Well,
it's not able to keep up with the sound processor.
Well, if I turn the
are you running off your CD or off your hard drive?
Plays just fine.
You're running off the CD or the hard drive?
Off the CD.
And how fast is you have a fast CD?
It's 350 millisecond with a 300. I'm getting about 310 read rate on it.
That's pretty fast, but usually if you get your AVI files, if they're breaking up, it's usually your if you're running off the CD, it's just because your CD's slower, too slow.
But like I was saying, if I turn the sound off, I get every frame, But as soon as I turn the sound on, then the sound plays just fine, but the picture breaks up, and I start flipping out frames.
Maybe you might want to. What do you have? Brought a new DOS 6.2.
Yes, running 6.2 with the CD.
The caching.
Caching turned on, and.
I'll tell you what. We'll try and solve Bruce's problem while we take a break.
Stay on the phone.
Stay on the phone. Okay. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with you in about a minute or so.
Some people who start forest fires never even set foot in the forest.
Portions of the American Computer Enthusiast Show made possible by Total CAD Systems, your authorized AutoCAD and Autodesk multimedia dealer. For more information on AutoCAD or 3D Studio, call 721-2233.
Lost, little boy?
You in the wrong place, man.
To Victor, this isn't just a drawing, it's a cry for help. Listen to the children. Learn to protect them from drugs and violence. Call now and take a bite out of crime.
Vince, that new dummy cam is great.
Yeah, it'll sure give people a whole new outlook on what it's like when you don't wear a safety belt.
I think they'll get the picture.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. We have about 3 minutes left, so I've asked each of these guys here to name the pick of the show. So we'll start with you, Patrick. What was your most favorite product there?
Favorite product was CD applications, and of the CD applications I saw the reference of the PC library. Some 35 books published by Prentice Hall really struck my fancy. I'd never take the time to read any one of the 35, but it's certainly nice to know that you can do a quick search reference for your particular problem, and not just search one book, but to search all 35 that have anything to pertain to it. So that was my favorite, the PC Library by Prentice Hall.
There we are. Evelyn finally found the right button there. So there's PC Library. Okay. Thank you, Steve. All right.
Be pointing with this.
What's your favorite product? Is that it?
Mine?
Yeah.
No, yeah, that big foam finger was my favorite thing. This is it's a company, Reflection Technologies, and what this is, is it's a little device. It looks like a ViewMaster sort of a thing. It hooks up to your cellular phone, and you can get your faxes over your cellular phone, and you look through the little hole. Right, it disappeared there. Look through that little view thing right there.
Evelyn, bring us back.
Okay, never mind. Anyway, you look through that and you can see your faxes. You look in there and your faxes are in there. It's like a little pair of binoculars. It's the coolest
This
thing.
is done out like a 50s brochure, you see, with all of the little...
Westinghouse.
Right, exactly. Like you're saying, old refrigerators.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And who makes it?
Reflection Technologies.
That is neat. For out in the field.
Right.
Portable solution.
People can send you faxes.
Yeah.
All right, Dean, what was yours?
Video, I think, was mine. The 30 frames a second and full NTSC on the desktop. YTech was shipping a new chip that was helping in graphics support chip. I think it's going to become much more popular. Desktop video conferencing was everywhere. Logitech had cameras. Everybody had cameras, and across the local area networks now, that is becoming a very doable application. So.
Okay, you're going to pick three winners for the McAfee super duper, what is it, safe computing.
We got 4, right? So you pick one, Grant.
We have 4?
It's like
Oh, okay.
It's like a fortune cookie.
All right, who have we got here? I've got Andy.
I have Brad.
Brad.
Richard.
Michael.
There were several Michaels. Hopefully we've got the right one.
Mine says call home.
So we've got Andy, Michael, Brad, and Richard.
Yeah.
Thanks, but thanks to everyone who called in and trying to help me keep these guys under control. How much time we got left? Got about 1 minute. What should we talk about for 1 minute?
The fact that we have had no sleep for the last 5 days.
Wow. Yeah, what were the best shows?
That's why it's so. We're kind of goofy. I know I'm goofy. I can't even think straight.
You're always goofy though, Steve.
Yeah.
I know. I can't even make a sentence come out my mouth.
Well, then just close your lips. give us some rest.
Okay.
For 5 days.
Well, we did go to a ride. We went to a ride, and a lady was saying, "This is going to scare. It's going to make your hair stand up." And everybody looked at me and said, "It worked. It worked."
The new hotels in Las Vegas were really fabulous, the Luxor and the Treasure Island, and I'd recommend you just go see those, not for anything in Vegas, but just for the hotels, the entertainment.
And for people who haven't been to Comdex, I mean, it is really... It is
mind-boggling.
It is something. If you're in the business, and you can possibly do it.
Well, guys, we got to go. But hey, folks, thanks very much for tuning in. Remember, next week is Thanksgiving, so we don't have a show. Have a good turkey. The week after that is digital carless and PDAs. Thanks for tuning in again, American Computer Enthusiasts. Remember, we're on at Thursdays at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. It's rubbing off for him. Good night. Thanks for joining us.